Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. What is today? It's Wednesday. It is hump day. All right, we are halfway through the week. And I am prayerful that you have been intentional in this week. Segue. All right. Yes. We are talking this morning. My nugget this morning is about intentionality, being intentional in what you do, being intentional of who you are, being intentional of how you carry yourself, being intentional of how you represent God and his kingdom as his ambassador, and even better, as his child. Okay? Being intentional. It is so very, very important that we have intentionality in our lives, that we are doing something on purpose because it's part of our purpose. I learned a new word this morning. I had not heard it before. And the word is purposive. Purposive. I had never heard purposive before. And it means having, serving, or done with a purpose, not on purpose, but with a purpose. And that's what we need to be zeroing in on in our intentionality, that it's being done with a purpose. It's not just willy-nilly. You're going to see I'm in the midst of creating my graphic for today. And it's dealing with that very, very thing, that I am not an accident. I am intentional. I tell you this all the time. You are not here because mommy and daddy wanted to have some fun. You are here because God said so. Because God said, and breathed the breath of life into you for this appointed time, because he had purpose. He was purposive. In your creation, he had purpose for you. God is such a strategic God. He does not do anything without intentionality. Hey, how about that one? Okay, everything he does, it is calculated and designed for his purpose. We were created to will and to do of his good purpose. So now what we need to do within our lives is be intentional. I know last year, and I had shared this when I was going through the season. I can't believe it's been almost a year since my husband transitioned. But last May, my husband transitioned in April. Last May, I spent the whole month intentionally with purpose, on purpose, spending the month in a place of gratitude. I was intentional about it because I could have been in a very dark place. There were days that I really did not want to get out of bed. I didn't want people hovering over me. And when you've experienced a loss, everybody wants to hug you and all that. And I was just, that was how I felt. I didn't do it to people, but that's how I felt. It was just like, I just needed my space. But I made sure that I was intentional about being in a place of gratitude, being grateful for the love that he and I shared for almost 40 years. That was my focus. And I intentionally zeroed in on that. How did I do it? I thought of the good things. I thought of the good times. And then I thought about that brother's love. My girl, and Taffany may see this later, my girl Taffany has built a whole platform around Would You Marry You? And as I sat up and I contemplated my marriage and the different things we had walked through and what have you, I had to be transparent with myself. All right. And my answer would have been, wouldn't have married me. I thought about some of the things I had said over the years, some of the things I had done over the years. And as I thought about that, it really propelled me into a place of gratitude, because I was like, you know what, that brother really did love me, because I decided told me, I catch you on the flip side, but he loved me through it all. He was intentional in his love for me. So I could be intentional in my place of gratitude. What are you being intentional about in this season? That's what I want you to reflect on. I'm being intentional about keeping my frustration level under wrap. I'm being intentional of how I treat others, of how I respond to others. I'm being intentional. I want you to take some time. Think about the different situations that are going on in your life. Are you intentionally speaking the word of God over it? Are you intentionally believing God? It's all good. It's going to work out. You have to be intentional with these things. You know, people can say all day long, I walk by faith and not by sight. But if you're not intentional in that walk, if you're not intentional in focusing in on God, I believe you, I trust you, you're not going to walk in faith because the things around you is going to throw you off. But when you are intentional in what you're doing, you zero in. It's like a sniper. A sniper is intentional, looking at its target. It's looking through the whatever you think call that thing on the gun. It's looking through it so that it can zero in on its target. That's how we have to walk and live in intentionality. We have to zero in on our target. What is our target? The purpose for which you're doing the thing. That purposive is the word. Doing it with a purpose. Doing it with a purpose. So I'm encouraging you today to get into that place of intentionality. Be intentional on leaving legacy. Be intentional on building not just your legacy, but building people, building them up, encouraging them. Be intentional on love. Be intentional on loving those around you. Be intentional of showing love to the stranger in the store, to that cashier that has had a really, really bad day because everybody in her line has given her grief. And you walk up intentionally with a smile. How you doing today? Intentionally be intentional. Okay, that's it. That's my nugget for today. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to launch something with you guys tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but God dropped this intentionality. And so I am walking intentionally in what he is telling me to do so that he will get the glory in what he is doing. All right. All right. You have an absolutely positively fantabulous day. And you know that I love you with the love of Christ and you can't do a doggone thing about it. All right. God bless you.